Good morning, dear learners. Today we are going to discuss very important point, a very important topic. The name of this topic is critical thinking. You must have seen some boys, some students, some people. Whatever they listen, they believe in that, without asking any question, without raising any question. Whatever you tell, they just believe. What is their disadvantage and advantage? We'll discuss about all those things. So, what is critical thinking? Sometimes we listen and believe, easily believe, without asking any question, without accept. We believe their content, and we accept it or we reject it without questioning. So, if we do all those things, it means we haven't critical thinking, and here we have to develop this critical thinking. So, whenever we listen something, any new information, any new idea, we must ask some questions. Is this true? What is the source of this question? What is the source of your content, whatever you're telling? And what is the proof? Can you explain in a different way? What is the detailed story, whatever you are saying? If we ask all these questions, it means that we have critical thinking. So, we get lots of information through social media, through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through Instagram, blah blah blah. And most of the times we come in contact with the fake news because it spreads rapidly. So here we are not discussing about all those things. We'll discuss about it later on. So first of all, we get lots of information, but nowadays who is successful? Who have lots of information? Who has lots of knowledge? Not at all. Then who can ask the right question? Only that is successful person. You must have seen some people are well educated. They have lots of degrees. In spite of that, they can't success in their life. Some people has less degree, no very good education. Still, they are success in their life because they have critical thinking. And here we will discuss how to develop critical thinking. This topic is equally important for the teachers, for the parents, for the students, and everybody. So just be till end. And who is success? I'm going to tell who know how to think, who know how to take good decision, and who know how to solve problems, because this skill is called critical thinking. Here we have discussed. Now, here we are going to explain in nutshell about critical thinking. It means think carefully. It means think carefully before believing or rejecting or accepting something. So first we'll have to do what? We have to examine the information. Information is correct, right, wrong, true, false, and asking questions about the information and looking for the evidence. From where did you get this idea? The source is a reliable or not? Okay, then we make decisions. That is called critical thinking. Now next point is, who is a smart person who have lots of information? Not at all. Then who can ask the right question is a successful and a smart person. Who know how to ask right question is a smart person. Next, now we are going to discuss about 7 very important points which will develop your critical thinking skill. So first is develop the habit of asking questions, because how does an inventor work? How does a police work? How does a judge work? How does an advocate work? How does a doctor work? The answer is very simple: by asking questions. So whatever you have to do, whatever you have to achieve in your life, you can get the right strategy and everything by asking questions. Next, whenever you learn something new, you must raise question. You must raise your voice. So why this is true? How this is true? How can I come to know more about it? What is the story behind this situation, this thing, this information? Can I listen in its explanation in another words? And what is the source? What is the evidence for this? So after discussing all those things, I hope that you will know how to ask right questions. Next, we know that good questions always leads to good answers. Sometimes we ask some foolish questions, then we'll get foolish answers, and we will be the critic of everybody. So just be aware of your questions. The question must be genuine, and it develops after asking many questions. I'm going to add here the example of Sir Isaac Newton. When he was child, he sat under the apple tree, and one apple fell down, and he started thinking, why did it fall down? Many people listened and laughed because they have seen, but there the way of watching was different, and here the way of watching of Newton was different, and this difference makes him from Newton to Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, so how to develop this reading skill or develop critical thinking? At the point number 2, read different viewpoints. For that purpose, we will have to read many books, or read one book, or some article, or some newspaper. Then what happens when we listen from just one type of people? Then we have developed only one kind of mindset. But when we come in contact of many kind of people, then we come to know lots of things, and our mindset broadens. And after that, we can come to know about the depth of the world. So read books, articles, opinions from the different people, and different viewpoint help you to understand the world more deeply. Listen, sometimes we listen to those who are agree with us, but we must listen to those who are not agree with us, and we are not agree with them. It is necessary for broaden our mindset. Next, the point number 3 is analyze news and information. So whenever we listen news, sometimes its possibility is high to know about the fake news because it spreads rapidly. Okay, so before believing any news, we must know the source of the news. If it is from BBC News, then the possibility is very high that it is true news. And claim, you must claim about the news. Is it right, wrong? What is it? How much percentage it is right? How much percentage it is wrong? Then verify the fact. Now it is the time of era of social media. We can verify the things. After that, think carefully. Ask many questions. Is it right, wrong? When, how, which, whose, where? You can ask. Then make your decision. And at last, you will have your own decision about the information. Number 4, that is very important for all of the people for develop their mind, because our brain has many neuro pathways, neuro connections, and when we start learning new things, then it develops automatically. So for that, we'll have to challenge our brain. For challenging our brain, we should play some chess, some mathematical puzzles, some reasoning, and we can learn some new languages also, some new skills also we can learn. Then we can easily develop our brain. Next is learn to identify the assumptions. What happens when we have prejudice, we have old mindset. So whatever we listen, we just see according to our own perspective. So that's why our belief is limited. So we must verify our belief, and we must break our this assumption or pre-assumption, right? So we'll have to introspect ourselves that whatever I'm observing, I'm understanding, is it biased? Is it because of my assumption? So this simple question will change our perspective or assumption. Next, write your thoughts. So keeping in a journal will give you lots of benefits. You can't, uh, tell everything, whatever you will get from writing, because it clarifies our thoughts. If we make mistakes, it can be resolved by writing, and it increases our clarity. We arrange everything in sequence, and we find our faults. We remove our weakness. If we have made some mistakes, we won't like to write all those things. So it gives clarity to our mind. So I will strongly recommend you that we must start journaling from today. Now, as we know that writing is not all about learning tool, it is also a thinking tool. Next, discuss the ideas with others. I'm going to give you our examples, like we are teachers. So I am masters in one subject, my friend is masters in another subject, my next friend is masters in another subject. When we sit in our lobby, then what happens? Suppose a topic comes. I am telling according to my observation, my perspective. My another friend is telling according to his perspective. The third teacher is telling according to his perspective. So this process is called brainstorming, because we know lots of things on just one topic, one simple topic, and we get great ideas. We get lots of great ideas from the depth. So that is called brainstorming. So when we discussed our ideas with positive mindset of people, then of course we get lots of things. We become more open-minded and thoughtful. Next, so here I'm going to tell the message for the teachers, for the learners, for the parents. What? Please motivate your son, your student, your daughter. You encourage them to ask questions. Don't focus them. Don't force them to go to directly to the answer, because it will shorten their mindset, their spectrum. So please motivate them to ask question. If they ask question, please motivate, and do not demotivate if they ask some negative question or if they ask more questions. And I would strongly recommend to the student, please do not focus on memorizing. Try to understand the situation, try to understand the scenario, try to understand the story behind the story behind the content, the story behind the information, story behind the knowledge. Because this time you will think that you are wasting your time, but actually you are investing your time. Today you are investing 20 minutes, it will save the hard work for 2 years. So just believe in me and do it, because it will develop your critical thinking and critical skill too. So dear student, here I have written everything. You can understand that before going to the directly to the answer, just understand, analyze and question. Okay. So what is learning? It is not about collecting the data, collecting the information. It is about understand the ideas, understand the fact, whatever you have taught, whatever you have read from the book, from the teachers. Now I'm going to tell you here 15 minutes very simple exercise. Just take a book or article or anything, whatever you like, read it for 5 minutes and think question for 5 minutes. And next 5 minutes you have to write whatever you have understood. You can write the conclusion too, and do it from today. And after 1 year, you will be the best version of yourself, because your critical thinking will be highly developed. Next, knowledge tells you what to think. Knowledge tells you what to think, and critical thinking teaches you how to think. Because who is successful in the life? Who has lots of knowledge? No. Who knows how to think? And future belongs to those people who knows how to think and who can think the best. So I would again request to the parents or the teachers that do not force a student or what is to learn. Teach them how to think. If they know how to think in the right direction, then you know your 90% problem will be resolved if they learn how to think. Because listen, who can think? Who is independent? A dependent person cannot think. Listen, a slave country cannot think. So for thinking something, you will have to be independent. Just think for half an hour on this sentence, that only independent person can think. So if you want to think, be independent. You must have ability, you must have capacity to do everything. So if you get some idea, some new thing from this video, please like this video. And if you want to develop your near one, dear one, then please share this video to the teachers, to the parents, to the students, to your friends. And for getting such kind of informative videos, please subscribe the channel. And if you have started your journey as a teacher, then please write notes. So I hope that you must have believed this session, this class. So we'll meet in next video. Bye then. Bye bye.